Benelli house. It's absolutely beautiful and it's really big. I wish I could get to the Benelli house. Okay. They have I guess that's where the heat went out. They're closed right now. They'll open up in a few minutes. And the boys were allowed to go outside and play. The girls weren't. I need to back up so y'all can see. Up there is the tower. Okay, so I'm gonna go inside when it opens, and I guess they look. I hope we can go to all the rooms and stuff. I mean, this is really beautiful. A lot of land for the kids to play on. It's nice. Okay, well, I'll continue this in a few moments. Okay, so I love the structure, the architecture of this building. Reminds me of Roman pillars. I love pillars. Okay, let's move on to the next. Beautiful mountains behind. I love Arizona. It's beautiful. Okay, now you can see it. There you go. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
In 1895, George built this house here, that picture of that wooden structure. Here? Yes, it was over where the parking lot is actually. He owned most of this block that we're on. He had it wired for electricity. Back in 1893, George went to Chicago to the World's Fair, Columbian Exposition, and that's where he found out about electricity. Came back, had that built, and also purchased that nice big clock on the wall over there. He had that shipped back here to town and had it on loan at the railroad depot for a number of years. Effie's father was the depot manager. So it wasn't in the first house when they had the fire.
That's good.
In 1915, the first home burned. They believe it may have been electrical. So George built this one here. And he used stone from the area. It's a volcanic rock called tuff. It's about 22 inches thick. Plaster and limestone inside. He made it as fireproof as he could. Now, George was a businessman and had several businesses. His major business was raising cattle. So he was a rancher that acquired around 250,000 acres of land here in Mojave County, all the way up and down Highway 93 and up on Route 66 toward Houtman.
Wow.
Raised about 4,200 head of cattle at a time. He also had a mercantile or general store here in town and one up in Chloride, the mining town north of here. Had a meat market up there in Chloride for a while. And he also had a jewelry store here during the 1920s. So he was quite the businessman. That's how it.
These two chairs are in the original house?
Yes. This whole, actually 90% George on the end, there's Effie. William, Franklin, and Leonard are the three oldest boys in the back. This is their oldest daughter, Clara. This is Theodore. This is, there's a space between Clara and Theodore. That would have been Alfred. So they had 9 children.
The couple came from San Francisco though, right?
No, they came from Switzerland.
I thought they were
Father
in San
came
Francisco.
from Switzerland.
Oh,
He
okay.
was born in Nevada, and Effie was born in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Her family came from Central Europe also. Her father was the depot manager. He worked for the Santa Fe Railroad.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
I read somewhere they were in San Francisco too.
They have businesses in Santa Clara. That's just what I read. Santa Clara and San Francisco. But I think that was basically like the nephew or the grandson.
Yeah, they were in California. All the boys had kids, and they all moved either to California or elsewhere.
The boys look older.
The boys were older. They were in their late teens. He was 20, I believe.
Wow.
He was in the Army Air Corps, and these two were getting ready to go to college. Clara, their oldest daughter, studied music, and she became a professional pianist, so
wow.
she toured the world doing concerts. The
So
two on the end were Alice and Elwyn. They were twins, and they were the youngest ones. And this one here was Joseph. That was
he's the one that sold the house.
He was the
property.
one that here was in 1973. The town wanted to buy the house, and so he made sure the house remained here. Became a historic site in town. Of
So,
course.
so when they bought the house, they put in this civic center, sort of, the building that's next door?
I would believe so. Yeah. That
Because it's a
came-
part of it?
Yeah, that was, the town now owns the entire property. They own the house, and we take care of it.
So they have a foundation or something
Yeah,
for this?
basically.
So did they help, Kingman live or be born? How did?
Kingman was here for a while. The railroad came through in the 1880s. The Army was surveying the place and all that good stuff, and eventually they started settlements. The settlement,
But these people owned all the property though, right?
they owned this property. They didn't own everything.
Oh, I thought they had a big, huge
They did.
spread.
They had 250,000 acres of land,
That's a lot.
all the way up and down Highway 9 and up on Route 66.
But not
toward
around
Oakland.
here.
They just owned this one property.
What was this one, like a couple acres or something?
Yeah, I would think so.
This is cool.
Wow.
They all played musical instruments, that's why there's a couple of them around here, and,
I like the little Victrola there. Wow, man, this place is beautiful.
Did you have to do work to this place?
Yes.
they probably painted,
They-
plastered it up, and of course they
They
rewired the place to make it up to code and stuff.
they did a lot of work for the bicentennial and stuff like that. Wasn't it the courthouse and this place that they were working on at the same place?
Correct.
Yeah. So can we see some more?
Yes, this was the master bedroom. If he had arthritis in the hips and knees, didn't go up and down the stairs too often. This was her room.
Wow.
These are some of her things here.
Wow.
This is all, original furniture. That's the, Blakely, he was a judge and, Episcopal minister.
Wow. Yeah, I know about the arthritis and stuff.
They didn't,
Wow.
they didn't spend money on good